Hello and welcome back to the Brickanista Broadcast Network here on YouTube. It is Thursday, which means it's Thrifty Thursday, where I focus on Lego sets that are $20 or less US. And every Thursday, I've been doing this for a while. I was counting the number of episodes. This is episode number 58 of Thrifty Thursday. I know that's crazy to think about it, but I am super excited because I have an announcement. I had already announced this at the last session when we had mock improv, but now it's official. We do have episodes that are now on IMDb. So if you've been in a mock improv on this show, or if you've been on a Builder Insights show or some others, Lego Masters recap shows, then those are now in IMDb. So I'm super excited about it because it's something that I hadn't even thought about, but because I was looking through IMDb and I have an IMDb Pro account, I found out that podcasts are a new category that they started in October of 2021. So we qualify as a podcast, and it's a regular series and it's ongoing, and there's a couple different criteria. So we qualified. So woohoo! And hello, Glenn Copeland, boo to you too. I'm assuming that is because we are talking about Thrifty Thursday. And yes, actually, Thrifty Thursday has, I believe, started at the end of 2020. I have to go back and find the first episode. But what's interesting is that when I set up the Builder Insights and the other episodes that we've been doing, it turns out that, for example, we count as 2 seasons for Builder Insights, and you can count it based on the number of episodes. And for mock improv, we're definitely at 2 seasons, and that one I believe is 9 episodes per season. So yeah, we're up there with the big guns. And I was looking that it seems like there are some really popular series, like Sherlock, for example, that only had 4 episodes per season. So we have been doing this now for over 2 years. As you know, I had celebrated my stream anniversary. So thank you everybody for your support, which, by the way, if you're listening in for the first time, you are listening to the Brickanista Broadcast Network. And please like and subscribe to the stream to get more options in the future, because we're sticking around. We're going to be here. And thank you, Glenn. I know you're one of the first people who started following me several years ago. Glenn is also a mod, and Glenn has been on my show in a couple episodes, and one of them was Meet the Mods. So Glenn, you will be getting an IMDb credit too. Yes, you get a credit, and you get a credit, and you get a credit. So it's super exciting for those of you who like IMDb. Some of you may not be fans of the Internet Movie Database, but I've had an account for the last 4 years, since 2018. And I was using that when I was producing my radio show, The Movie Muse. And you'll see that in my bio. If you go on IMDb and look me up, then I'm also listed as Brickanista now, because that's what I represent when I'm on this show. So I'm really excited to announce that literally this week. I found out, I want to say Saturday, because I announced it on Sunday. And for the last 3 days, I've been inputting different information. But today is Thrifty Thursday. If we have time at the end, I'll go through some of the IMDb entries that I've made, and just stay tuned because it's going to keep growing. So super excited about that. But today we are traveling to Paris because we are going to be doing this postcard set. And what's really interesting is I just discovered this today on lego.com. When you try to buy this set, they are now pointing you to third-party resellers, which I thought was interesting, because normally what they do is they say it's back ordered, but now they're starting to point you to these different third-party resellers to get this. Normally, if you go to the Lego store, this is a Lego exclusive. So if you go to the Lego store, if you have one close to you and they have it in stock, it's only $14.99, which is why it qualifies for Thrifty Thursday. And I did one of these about a month ago, which was the New York set. And the New York set is the only one that comes with a minifig. But this one still is super cute. And it has some really good techniques. And I'm going to probably collect them all. I've seen several people who've done different ways of displaying them. So I figure I'm going to go ahead. I need to make them anyway for Thrifty Thursday. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So let me show you my down camera. And let's put it this way. There we go. And like I said, I thought maybe I'm going to do this for 2023. I had mentioned that I thought what I might do is start knolling ahead of time, but I didn't get a chance to do that. So I think, I don't know, you tell me, chat. Do you like watching me knoll or should I go ahead and knoll ahead of time? Look forward to the London postcard set. Yes, January 1st. That's right. And Glenn brings up a good point because they are, they have right now the 3, or is it 4? They have Beijing, they have New York, they have Paris, and London is coming January 1st. I'm trying to remember if there was a 4th one that's out now. But these are super, super cute. It's kind of in between a skyline, or it's a little baby skyline set is probably the better term. And I have really enjoyed the New York one. So I figured, yeah, why don't we go ahead and just start collecting these. But yeah, I think the London one, there's a couple new releases coming out January 1st. I'm not sure if I'm going to wait in line for the new modular. So some of you may have heard that the modular is, I think, a pizzeria and a nightclub together, which sounds kind of cool. I don't know. I only have one modular. That is the Parisian restaurant. And the only reason why I got it was I wanted to understand how the modular system works. And based on that, that's what I did. I just bought the one and figured out, okay, that's how you stack things. How tall is each level? What are some of the modular components so you can connect to other buildings? But that was pretty much it. Okay, so we have these nice long plates. So these are, looks like 4x12s that you get 4 of them. And then you get one of a 2x12 that comes in the stack. But I'm a little worried because I don't have, I've been washing my tablecloth as well as my placemats. So we're gonna see if I do okay on this black surface. I'm a little nervous. I'm looking around to see if I have anything of a different color as a backdrop. Okay, we're gonna have to go for it, I think. But yeah, I'm number 1, and it looks like there's only one bag 1. All the others are bag 2s. Yeah, I've really enjoyed the last one, and I think one of my favorite parts about this set is the way they use the black 1x2x2 snot bricks. So I am, like I said, I'm super, super excited about that. And the other reason why I love these sets is some of you know my favorite color is medium blue. And this has a ton of medium blues in here. I wonder if they will ever use this for a draft set. Because if they did, I would be so on board because I would just be collecting all of these tiles. There's so many awesome tiles in here in these different colors. And yeah, so I'm stoked. So yeah, so that's one of the big pieces of news right now. Another one is people who like soccer or football, if you're European or from South America or pretty much anywhere else in the world but the United States, where we call it soccer. But they have a scarf that you can get, and you can order online for $31.20, I believe, VIP points. Now this is interesting. See, here's the light bluish gray, and then there's that looks like a nougat color. But yeah, I'm like I said, I think I'm more excited about that London set more than anything else. It just shows you what I concentrate on. But I know people are going to be standing in line just for the modulars. I know there's just a group of people that modulars are their thing. And, I do modular buildings too. As you know, my ramen shop is a modular. It actually connects to the, I retrofitted it so the Spring Garden Festival will fit with it too. But yeah, the other thing, there are some stickers in here. Oh no, did my down camera just die? No, it keeps telling me to enter my age. Why does it do that? I hate that. I don't like people to know my age. That's the only problem with IMDb is if I ever get on a real show. This is a real show, but how's Sarah? She's doing great. I took her to get her nails clipped today. They were getting kind of long, and I got really nervous because one time I clipped her nails and I got it a little too short. So I didn't want to hurt her again. So I had a professional do it. But she's doing great. She is a little chunky though. I weighed her while I was there and I was like, yeah, we're gonna have to, and I've been walking her a lot, but I think just, she doesn't get a lot of activity during the day. So you have all the modulars. Are they built though? Or are some of them in boxes? I guess that's the question. Are they modulars that you're collecting, or are they modulars that you are going to build and put into a city? Because there are quite a few that people who are collectors will use. Okay, so remember last time when we built these, this is what we're going to be building. Is we're going to be building the backdrop. So that's what. That's why we have all those tiles. So this is the backdrop, and there's this little cloud in the background. And when I first was building this last time, when we built the New York one, I said, I have no idea what's happening here. But now that I'm a seasoned pro, that's what it is. I'm a seasoned pro. Now that I'm a seasoned pro at this, I can do this in a better way. So I'm going to do this sideways now, because the directions have you do it this way. And then when you're looking at it, it just doesn't make sense. So I am going to be doing this way. And I think then it will become crystal clear after that. And also what's great is when you do one of these, then you know the system, and then, it'll be a lot easier. You're collecting, quote unquote, but mostly as a completionist. So the answer is, they are not all built, right? I know people who build them immediately. It's like they look forward to it, and they go to the Lego store, they stand in line, and then as soon as they get home, they just start building it, which, it's great. That's something that it's like their New Year's resolution almost, that's what they're doing for the year. Okay, they want us to do a sub build now, which is interesting. Okay, these are interesting pieces too, this kind of ledge piece. But yeah, I don't know if I want to stand in line on the first. I don't like crowds. I'm just kind of averse to crowds. And that's why, oh my God, when I saw the photos coming out of Seoul, Korea about the tragedy there, like that is like one of my biggest nightmares, is to be stuck in something like that. I would not be myself. That is just something I really feel badly for everybody who witnessed it, and people who were there, and it just goes to show you just you go out for just a night to have fun, and something like that could happen. But and for me, I'm just grateful, just super grateful that I've been able to live the life that I have. I know I've been a little whiny lately. I apologize for that, because, I was looking at some options that I was hoping was going to change my trajectory. But, there's another destiny for me somehow, some way. We'll see where my life goes. You love being early in line for release day, especially on January 1st? Oh, interesting. Well, I guess for some people, I mean, it's not like Black Friday, right? Black Friday, it's like everybody is going out to go shopping. I think January 1st, there's some people who are at home and they're watching the football game and they're not as interested in shopping. I don't know. There's a variety of things people could be doing. But yeah, I think for Lego people who love the modulars, that's their way to start the new year. So that's cool. So you're gonna be in line then. I'll be thinking about you, Glenn. I'll be saying, I know Glenn's in line. He's in line over there. And by the way, I think you probably saw my announcement on Sortleg that I'm putting on my map for 2023 going to Brick Rodeo. So I have never been to Brick Rodeo. All the cons that I've been to have been on the West Coast. And I said, I've heard so many great things about Brick Rodeo. So that's my next, well, it's not my next con, but it's on my radar. My first con for 2023 is going to be Brick Can, which I've also never gone to. And I'm really looking forward to that too. So yeah, I think what's nice is just having all of these, great shows opening up now that we're coming out of COVID. People are, feeling more comfortable, and it doesn't seem to be as much of an issue now that we've got vaccinations. Hooray for Brickanista and Brick Rodeo! And Black Friday is only fun as a spectator sport, no purchase expectations. Well, that's why I like Cyber Monday. Cyber Monday is great because you don't have to go out and fight the crowds. You get these amazing discounts, and often Cyber Monday is actually Cyber Weekend, where you get all of these really good discounts. But yeah, I spoke with Michaela when I was at BrickCon, and I was talking to her and other people about Brick Rodeo, and they were all saying, yeah, you got to go. Brick Rodeo is a great event. So yeah, that's my plan. Of course, life happens. So unless there's something that happens that's going to prevent me from going there, I'm going to tell my friend B, who lives in El Paso. I'm going to ask her, do you want to go to a brick convention? She and I travel really well together. So I think she might be up for that if she wants to go. Okay, so we're just cooking through this. This is like I said, this is a really enjoyable set to build. I'm really loving this. And Glenn, I don't think you and I have yet to meet in person. I think we came close. We came close when you were in Arizona, but I know that we said we'd have to meet another time. But so maybe Brick Rodeo will be the time. I'm even thinking it might be a good congregation site for maybe a Brickanista Broadcast Network event, because you're there as well as Zach Martinez usually goes there as well. I mean, there's several people in the BBN who would be interested in going. It would be cool if we can convince people like Debo to go too, because I know he hasn't been, to a major con yet. He was close, but didn't go. And then there's also Remy. Remy might go as well. I think we just all need to converge on Texas. Oh, actually, Remy will be in Texas by then. So yeah, Remy should be there, because I think he said he's being transferred with his job to Dallas. Yeah, he mentioned that on a stream the other day. So I think we're going to have a big BBN gathering at Brick Rodeo. It's going to happen. We're going to make it. We're going to make it happen. We will make it happen. So you can see how this is coming together. And I'm pretty sure this is where the clouds are going to be. Okay, now they're having you rotate it this way. So now it's looking more like a skyline. Not quite, but yeah, February in Phoenix was a near miss. Yeah, it was close. I know that, but I totally get wanting to be home because when I was driving through on the way back from Phoenix, I came from the California route when I was going home because I knew it was going to be kind of dodgy to go through Boise and some of the mountains there. Going up the coast was definitely a good plan. But yeah, we'll meet. Don't worry, we'll meet someday. Someday it'll happen. And I know you've been an amazing supporter over the years. And I think, too, we've heard your voice once when you were on one of my shows, on a Meet the Mod show. But usually when you're on Sort Lug, you don't talk. So it'll be good to just kind of hang out. All right, you can see how that's coming together. That's really nice. Yeah, my uh-oh, what am I missing here? Oh, I skipped a step. All right, so far so good. The black background isn't affecting me too much. Still able to get through this and still find my pieces. Oh, ahoy, hoy, Brick Jedi. How's it going? You missed my earlier announcement, but I think you heard it when I was talking about how we now have access to IMDb. Actually, I've had access for a while. I just didn't know that they added a new category. So they have added the category of podcasts. And if you have a regular show that has been ongoing in a podcast, so this qualifies as a podcast because it's broadcasted over the internet, then yeah, IMDb. Aloha! Look at that. Hello, Brickanista. Ha. That's great. Aloha it is. Yes, how are you? I was so glad to see you at the Sort Lug call. And by the way, for those of you who did not know, Vicarious Brickstress really rocked a nun costume. That was amazing. You did such a good job on that. And she also won a prize. So she's just like, yeah, that was a great costume. So I was really glad to see that. I didn't have my costume at the time, so I found this alligator hat that I had. Oops, I'm off by a stud. Uh-oh, I need a brick separator. Yeah, I just said, I have this alligator hat. I'm going to wear this. That was my costume. Yeah, that was a fun time. I think just people in general, just the Sort Lug group has just been so much fun to be with. I'm really grateful for that community. Okay, so we are now going to put this here. Make sure I get this. I think they want it down this way. Look at that. Isn't that cute? That is so cute. And just make sure, did I center it right? I think that's right. Yeah, so anyway, the IMDb is, I'm super stoked about that. That to me is a game changer. The fact that they've now allow podcasts to be listed. And my company, 1000 Crane Studios, had been vetted several years ago, like I said, 2018. So I'm able to put entries in, and Brickanista Broadcast Network is pretty much a subsidiary of 1000 Crane Studios. So yeah, it's all good. Okay, so I think let's start with the big bag. You put a bug in Super's ear about Sort Lug, so maybe he'll show up soon. Oh, cool. Soup. Well, especially, doesn't Soup know Jen? Don't they belong to the same lug? I think they belong to the same lug, if I remember right. Winning gave me the chutzpah to wear my habit to work. Really? Oh, that's cool. Oh my God. So many guys came up and asked where my roller was. That's awesome. Awesome, but also kind of frightening. Yes, I totally get where you're coming from with that. Okay, now this is the key piece. And PT McEwen sent me a bunch of these because they had them in a lug bulk for their leg. And this is the part that I'm really enjoyed about building the other set, was having this and 1x2s. Maybe they're in the other bag. Yeah, I guess they're in the other bag. All right, so I'm going to put these 1x2s over here. No-ling. Keep them doggies no-ling. Here's another news flash. Today's been a good week. There's been a lot of really cool things happening. So when the season wraps, after Lego Masters Season 3 wraps, we now have contact, and I actually did this on my own, as I started going onto Instagram to look for the dogs that were on the show. And I've reached out to a couple of the owners, and several of the owners are agreeing to be on the show to talk about their experience. But we're going to wait until after the show wraps. So that might be something that we're going to do starting the first of the year. So I'm now in touch with the owner of the King Charles Spaniel. Which one was that one? Collins. So Collins owner and I have been chatting for a little bit. And then she spread the word to the other owners. And one of them is the owner of Maggie the Pulley. So Maggie the Pulley's owner, the owner of Collins. I also have been following too. He hasn't reached out to me, and I'm not sure if I think I'm going to wait for him to reach out to me, because he's the owner of Murph, the French Bulldog. The problem is that poor Murph, he died in July, so I don't want it, to bring up bad memories for him. So I think that I'm just going to wait to see if he wants, he'll know through the grapevine, but I think I'm just going to wait on that. And the Corgi, of course, the Corgi. I have not heard from them yet, but Pippin the Corgi actually does agility. If you go to their Instagram page, they have some agility runs that the Corgi was going through. And you probably remember when I did that show, and I think it was Remy who said, it's too bad they didn't have the dogs do the agility show. And I said, yeah, you know what? The Corgi would have been all over that. And yeah, it is a bummer about Murph. Yeah. But so the Corgi does agility, and also Collins does agility too. So the King Charles Spaniel, that would have been so much fun. Yeah, the Corgi butt. Yes. Yes. So the dogs weren't the showbiz dogs. Actually, some of them were, some of them weren't. So for example, Murph, the French Bulldog, if you go to super.murph, here, I'll go ahead and put that in the chat. Super.murph is the Instagram page. So if you go there, you'll see all of the appearances where Murph was at. And I think one of the things, and see, we don't know yet because we have to interview the owners, but I think some of them have, clearly you had to have the right temperament. Like my dog would probably not do well on a set because she gets spooked by loud sounds. So if somebody was moving equipment and there was a really loud sound, she would bolt. Whereas Murph, he was at large events, and his owner would ride one of those electric skateboards around with him. And agility, yes, exactly. Those are my second favorite videos after Lego videos. Oh, well. So Collins has some, he's also an agility dog. But the other thing that I found out is the Poolie, Maggie the Poolie has an Instagram page called Poolie Parade. Here, let me put that in the chat too. 1 hour left. What do you mean 1 hour left? We only have 1 hour left? What? Okay, you're talking about Lego Masters screaming that, yeah. But anyway, so the Poolie has, I think, a litter mate or another dog, which is a black Poolie. So they have a white Poolie and a black Poolie in the family, which I thought was really cool. And, you know, if you listen to our last episode, I think it was that Remy said, I didn't even know what their names were. He didn't know that Poolie was the name of the dog. He always called it a mop dog. Yeah. But anyway, it was just really, really fun to be able to watch that. Okay. So I had to open the other bag so that I could get this piece because we need 2 of these. So you can see that's the 1x2x2 with the snot, and then just a plain 1x2. And these go on the end of that plate. So we got that. Yeah, so the Poolie Parade, it's a very cute Instagram account. And they're also on TikTok as well. So some of them are seasoned, pros. And this is what Remy was saying. He goes, yeah, all these humans, they're all freaking out, but, the dogs are all professionals and they've done this before. At least some of them were. But we'll find out more after the first of the year. So I just wanted to tell you, stay tuned because we are going to be interviewing the dog owners. And I'm super, super excited about that. And of course, the Corgi. So I believe the Corgi's Instagram, I believe, is Pippin the Corgi. I think you might have to verify that. So the other thing cool about this is you probably noticed that I added 2 1x6 plates here and that they fit right on the ends of these. So this technique, so that you can put a side, like a plaque over here, is really, really wonderful. And I love the fact that they now come in black, the 1x2x2 snot bricks. But yeah. So like I said, super, super excited. I think 2023 is going to be an amazing year for the Brickanista Broadcast Network. I just have this really good feeling about how things are going to go, or at least I think if you have good expectations or just a positive feeling about things, then, things go that way. And that's why I think about, so all the work that I had done prior to becoming the Brickanista, I spent time on the radio. I, got my company set up so that it would be recognized by IMDb. I mean, that was like preparation work for things that I had not planned, because I had not planned to be Brickanista. Actually, I was Brickanista in 2018 in June. So I, timeline wise, it was kind of overlapping, but I hadn't planned to like broadcast my Lego work. So I think that's something that it just, some people would say that's not really serendipity. It's actually, I had worked towards this event and that it just happened. Good evening. A wee bit tired. Oh, no problem. No problem, PT. How are you? Not sure how long I'll last. Well, I just mentioned you because you sent me some of those 1x2x2s. And, oh, that's right. I just picked up your box from the post office. And it's in the car. I forgot to bring it in. So if you want me to, I can take a small break and go run to the car and go open it. Or we can save it for, if you're going to watch maybe tomorrow, maybe I can open it then. But I haven't opened the box yet. But I wanted to say thank you again for these 1x2x2s. These are awesome, and using them here. But yeah, that's right. There, I was telling myself I feel like I'm forgetting something, and now I know what it was. Okay. So you can't really see this off screen, but I have all the other pieces that were from the other smaller bags. So I am going to be putting these up. Poor neglected box. Go get it. No worries. Save for another time. Okay. Okay, no problem. Okay, now here's the thing. We have stickers. So we need to put stickers on here that are going to be mimicking the Arc de Triomphe. And it looks like they have stickers 3 and stickers 4. And you put them all around this 1x2x2. Okay, so here we go. I want an axle. So probably if you've watched me enough, I've moved to using an axle for putting my stickers on, just because I feel I have a little more control over that. And then I'm using the sticker sheet method if I make mistakes. All right, well, this one looks like it's coming up first, so we'll start with this one. But yeah, and the lighting isn't too bad here. So the question is, this needs to be up a little bit because this is going to sink into the plate. In fact, you know what I should do? This is kind of a trick from Glenn, is that he had mentioned that he puts things onto, in fact, here, we'll do it this way. We've got, this is what the Arc de Triomphe is going to be on. So you want to put the sticker on so then that way you can see it over these tiles. Thanks for producing such good programming. Aw, thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, you missed my announcement. We're on IMDb now. So if you take a look under, in fact, I'm going to put these stickers on, and in the background I have IMDb as a shared screen. But let me put these stickers on first. So I'm going to line this up with the top of the tile over there and line this up. And like I said, lately I've been using this axle because you can put it down slowly and just kind of roll the axle off like that. See? And that seems to be working for me. So you can see, that sticker. And what I had to do is line the bottom so that it was right in line with that. Okay. But yeah, so IMDb, we're now official, at least the Brickanista Broadcast Network programming. So you were saying thank you for good programming. Well, the programming made it onto IMDb. So I'm hoping that might also spur interest for guests to be on the show. So since you've been on my show, PT, that means you get a credit too. So you just have to let me know if you have a headshot. I could put that in for you. And also let me know if I will probably list you as self. Because, for example, I just put in Denine's entries. So Denine, she could have gone in either as self or as brickworm. And she said she wanted to go as self. Okay, so there you go. So there's my other one. So I'm going to put all of these labels on, and then I'll show you the IMDb entry because I know PT's tired. So we'll make sure you get a chance to see that. Because like I said, you're going to get a credit. And Glenn should get a credit. And by Curious Brickstress, I can't remember if you've actually been on the show. Because I know you've attended Brick Scouts meetings, but I wasn't sure if you've actually been on the show. I'm going to have to go through the archives and take a look. And Brick Jedi, if you want a credit, you may want to be on the show. Just saying. Yeah. I mean, some people, they may not care. It may not be that interesting to them. But for others, especially if you're building a career in, performing arts, then yeah, it does make a difference to be listed in IMDb with a variety of credits. And everybody's got to start somewhere. So take Jamie Lee Curtis, for example. When she first got her start, the Halloween franchise was not as popular or even known. Okay, one thing I'm noticing, oh no. Okay, this is where we grab this before it gets placed. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is I'm matching, you see how it has this line going across? So I need to make sure the line matches, and it's a little off on the right side. It's okay on the left, but the right is a little off. So this is where the sticker sheet method comes in handy for placing stickers. There we go. Okay. And like I said, I like using an axle. All right, so this is lined up. I need to pull this down a little. Yeah. So I'm just going to see if I can adjust. There we go. All right, so we're going to line this up with so there's like several ways to line things up, right? You have to line up the lines on the left sticker and the right sticker, and they have to be, yeah. I think what I'm doing is, because I'm at an angle, because I'm streaming, there we go. Yeah, that should do it. Okay, that looks a little weird. I think I need to just shimmy it up just a little. I mean, there's just so many things to think about here. Okay. And I can also adjust this later after the stream, but I think that is this is where OCD really can be a help, or it could be a hindrance too. Because it's like, I'm looking at this and I'm like, the lines line up, but it's not aligned with the brick. Now I need to align it with the brick. Okay, I think that hopefully should do it. Okay, yeah, all right, I'm happy with that. All right, so what I was trying to do is, if you can see, there's this little line right here. Here, let me make this full screen. See if that makes any difference. Is that there's this little line right here, and I was aligning it with that line here. Come on, camera. And then this line, I was lining it up with this, and it may be a little off, so I may need to move that, but it's not bad. That sticker sheet trick is so good. Put the stream down and use both hands. Oh, well, yeah, I mean, like I said, the sticker sheet method. So for those of you who did not see it, you essentially just wiggle this underneath the sticker and then you can pull it up. So I'll do that after the stream. But I think what I'll do is I'll finish by putting this last sticker on, and then I'm going to show the IMDb entries. And Max, you get an IMDb entry too. You were my very first Builder Insights video. You might remember this. This was a way back. And then that, I think I've done 15 of those. So yeah. So you were the start of that series. And I was mentioning earlier that IMDb allows me to enter these now because we qualify as a podcast, because it's a regular ongoing series. and similar format, and something that I've been doing for a couple years now. So yeah, and most importantly, I've already been vetted by IMDb for my radio show that I did several years ago. Okay, so that's good for now. And okay, so we wanted me to go to the car to go get the box, right? Is that what I heard? If people want me to go get the box so we can open it on screen? I just want to double check. And then the other thing I could do here, let me do this. Let me go back to this. All right, so let me ask the chat. Do you want me to go get the box from the car so we can open it? And that's, or should I just keep going? And then since PT is here, I wanted to show this. This is what I wanted to show. This is IMDb. And let me see if I can make this bigger. Let me try this one. Okay, let me get this out of the way. Okay. You can do what you want. Okay. Well, this is IMDb. And what's really cool about this is, let me make sure I got the right IMDb window. Uh-oh, there's so many windows. Which one is it? I think it's this one. Okay. So you can see this is what I had before. The IMDb database has the Movie Muse radio show, which I did in 2018. I did a special with a friend about food is energy. And then I have now the Lego Masters US recap and review shows. But the problem is there's some duplicates. So that's why I'm not populating those just yet. But this is the one, the mock improv in the mock arena. So I'm going to go to that. And you'll see I've got 15 episodes. And it's considered a podcast series from 2021. And Deneen McDermott is the one I just put in because she was already in the database. I had to put in a spelling correction, though, because they had her name misspelled. So you can see this is the episodes, and it has 2 seasons in 2 years. So we can go to season 1, and this will show you the episode list. And I do have to do another set of corrections. But and what's been great is that I've been able to use those title cards from the YouTube show as the thumbnail for these. So you can see I have the proof of concept and the Macarena Random CMF edition. There you are, PT. So you'll be added to the Thanos Armor Mech Rebrick Challenge. I'm going to just check the chat for a minute. Get that box, said the home makeover, move that bus. Oh, she puts the lotion on her skin. What? What are you talking about? Okay. I guess, is that another sticker trick that somebody else does? I'm going to scroll up. Let's see. And then that's got to be a story behind electricians being called gaffers. Google fodder. Yeah. Okay, I missed the lotion stuff. Yeah, the gaffer is the head electrician. That's true. And yes, okay, that's right. On my birthday stream, we did build that. So you get a credit too. Okay. And so who was a gaffer? You have 2 film credits already? Oh, okay, good. All right, so we could do this right now. So let me go back to the IMDb page. All right, so we're going to add PT. And this is the thing, is that IMDb is kind of quirky. Let me see if we can get into IMDb Pro, because, yeah, see, you would think it would take me right there, but it doesn't. So I have to go to mock improv. And yeah, if you're a gaffer, that's cool. All right, let's just do a search on mock improv, because I know there it is. Okay, mock improv in the mock arena. The mock arena. All right, you're season 1. I'm gonna go season 1. Oops. And there you are. Oops. So this will be easy, because if you're already in the database, then I can go ahead and add you. So you see how it says cast here? And then we're going to edit this page. So we're going to edit this page and we're going to add for cast, add a credit. And this is the really kludgy thing about this interface is you have to go all the way to the bottom and then hit continue. And then you put it in here. So did you go by P.T? Well, we'll find out. It is kind of smart. The Invisibles, is that you? Let's see. Well, all right. What's going to happen? We're going to put you as self unless you want. Yeah, we'll put you in as self. Okay, so we're going to check these updates. Okay, now it's going to tell me, who are you talking about? And I'm guessing this is you. Let me go check the chat real quick because that's in another screen. Let's see. That is you. Okay. The Invisibles. Okay. All right. So now it says, okay, is this really the person? Or if it was another person named P.T. McEwen, I would have to add another entry. But no, if you're already in there. So we're going to recheck. And okay, what's going on here? Has a long gap in their career. This person last worked in the category in 2002, 10 plus years away from 2021. Are you certain this is the same person? See, you're getting back into IMDb now. How cool is that? All right, so let me double check because I would say warning understood, go ahead anyway. But before I click OK, let me go back to the chat. So I'm guessing that is you 20 plus years ago. Wow. Okay. Wow. That's pretty cool. Right? 2002. So 10 plus years away from 2021. Okay. So we're going to now check this again. So you have to wait for it to be green. So there it is. It's green. So now P.T. McEwen as himself, as an actor, and you're in the cast now. And then I submit it. Okay. So now it'll take a little bit, but maybe by the end of the stream, it'll be updated. But so you've got a credit now, PT. So now I'm curious. Let's see what his credits say. So I didn't know you were in there. Let's see. Let's take a look. All right. P.T. McEwen, actor, The Invisibles. 1992 for that, but you've been in other things. You're backstage crew, and you're in Prometheus Bound as an extra. So you have been an actor too. Yeah. It says you were an actor for backstage crew and you were gaffers too. So it looks like they recruited you for that. And now you will have one for being on mock improv in the mock arena. So you didn't know that was going to happen, did you, PT? I'm oozing joy today. Oh, thank you. Hey, Yin Yang's here. Well, we're just adding P.T. McEwen as an actor, as a cast member for mock improv in the mock arena. So yeah, and I am super excited because to me, this is a big deal. That to be recognized by IMDb as an official podcast is, I think, huge. And they just added the category in 2021. And I didn't know about this. I just stumbled in on it because I was thinking about IMDb and I went in there. And then when I found out that, hey, you can add podcasts now, I was like, oh, that is cool. Your show gets a thumbs up from me. Oh, cool. Thank you. You're not on IMDb, but searching for my name brings up Beverly Glenn Copeland, a Black transgender musician, becomes a cult icon 3 decades after the release of his album Keyboard Fantasies. Wow. Wow. Well, there's a hyphen there. So I think people would know the difference. But yeah, this is super exciting for me. Just the fact that, well, I'm listed as a cast member, a producer, a director, and an editor. So I've got a couple different credits now. Like I said, that was another life. Well, If I need any advice for electrician work, I know who to go to. And I already knew you had that skill because you bring a jackery with you when you go to conventions. So that's really cool. Thanks for sharing that. And now you'll have another credit to your name. I think you've been on another mock improv too. I'll have to go take a look. But okay, so I think, did we decide I was going to go grab that? Was I going to go grab the box and take a break and go find the box in the car? I realized I picked it up today, and I'm pretty sure it's still in the car. So I can go grab that. It shouldn't take me too long. In the Invisibles, I was in the open space, or the open scene, and the closing scenes of that film. Oh, okay. That's great. All right, we're gonna have to look for you. That's cool. All right. So did they give you also costumes? I imagine they did, right? So you got a chance to be an extra. And I guess if you have 3 lines to qualify for the Screen Actors Guild, you need to have at least 3 lines that you say in like a major motion picture or something. So that is so cool, PT. That's awesome. All right. Let me do this. Let me see if I can put some music on. Like I said, the music isn't that great here, honestly, on StreamYard. Okay, let's try this lo-fi. Let's see. All right. Nope, don't really like that. No, that's not too bad. You don't remember lines? Okay. I've not watched that film in years. Okay. Well, if you were an extra in the opening scene, it might have been, that you're in the background. Who knows? But now we have to go watch The Invincibles just to look for you. You have it on DVD? Oh, cool. Lord help me. I keep thinking Disney Incredibles when I see Invisibles and trying to picture PT in red spandex. That's great. Okay, so let me see. I don't, one of the things I have not put together is, I don't think I put together an on-break splash screen. Let me take a look. I know. I will put up this screen this way, since we were talking about space. Here you go. Oh, that's a backdrop. Wait a minute. I need to put in as an overlay. Let me see if I can do this. See, I'm like doing this all on the fly. Hopefully I can find this. It's not, there's always the Snoqualmie Falls. That's probably more on brand, right? Hold on. Oh, I know what I can do. Let's see. I can put up this splash screen. That's what I'll do. Today's episode. That's what I'll do. Okay. So I'll put the music on. Can you hear the music, by the way? Do I need to turn the music up? Here, is that better? Okay. I'm going to put the splash screen up and I'm going to go grab that. I'll be back. I'm back. That wasn't too long. So here's the box, and I want to hide PT's information. So let me do that real quick. And let me turn this music down. Like I said, the choices here aren't that great, unfortunately. Splash, you want to go to the beach now? Volume is great. Loud and clear. Okay. Live production. Don't you love it? Yeah. Well, that's one thing I think is nice about live streams now is that it's real. I mean, you want to talk about, back in the day, they used to do a lot more live in front of a studio audience, right? Which is almost like theater, where theater is always in front of a live audience. But in early productions, they would do more of that. Some of the classic TV shows. Let's see, I'm checking on the chat. I'm in witness protection. So please bid that address. Okay. The address is gone. It's officially gone. So it's just a plain box. So let me get my down camera. Let me see. I want to make sure I don't mess with things that are here. Okay. I'm going to put this down. Just hopefully it will. All right, let's go with the down camera. All right, and let me try this. Nope. Will it switch back? No. I'm trying these different ways of doing this. Okay, we'll go back to this. Okay, so here's the box. And open the box. And so I know what's in here is PT had a couple of different Micropolis events, and I said, hey, I'd be happy to send you some of my Micropolis builds. So he included them in the show. So some of these are my Micropolis modules, but he said he included some other things in there as a thank you. I'm like, I should be thanking you, because I just think it's great that he coordinated that whole event, and it was a good test for me to see if I packed my Micropolis well enough, because I also sent him a bunch of pictures, right, to make sure that he knew how to put things back together again. And he said I think 2 of them were intact and the other 2 just had minimal damage, so it was pretty easy to put them together. You really packed this well. This tape. All right. That's your gaffer experience with all that gaffer's tape you had to do. That's cool, though, that you were an electrician before. And not just an electrician, you were the head electrician. So you know your stuff. When I went to Santa Rosa Junior College, there's a guy, Evan, who was in a couple of student productions with me, and he has been in the industry a long time as a gaffer. So he was doing a lot of the work setting up our things. Okay, so look at this. We have a nice card, Naomi. You're famous now because of gaffer? Okay, so look at this. Thankful. Can I read this on the air? Is that okay? Or would you rather I not read it on the air? Oh my gosh. PT, you shouldn't have done this. Okay, I'm not going to show this on the air because I think this is very personal, but this is very kind of you. Thank you so much. I just want to read the rest of this before I say it on the air. Oh, okay. All right, I'm gonna read this, but not the whole thing. Hide. Yeah. Yes, I'm good. Okay, so I'm going to read a portion of this, not the entire thing. So I'm going to say, thank you for being such a great brick buddy. From participating in Thai Love display events to getting my swag at BrickCon, and some of the lug bulk items and something that did not fit in the stream anniversary box are in here. So cheers, PT. So thank you so much. I appreciate that. So I am going to see what's in the box. And I want to say the feeling's mutual, PT. You've been such a great supporter. And, you know, I love collaborating with you, especially when we did the Mega Metropolis Multiverse when we were at Bricks by the Bay. Yeah, you're an awesome friend. And I feel so blessed to have so many really awesome friends. All of you here that are in the chat, that you come in all the time to support and, you know, hang out in the channel. That's great. So here are some really cool pieces. Look at this. This is unusual because the ones that I normally have the 1x2s with the double bar. This is a 1x1 with the double bar. Looks awesome. And we have some chandelier pieces too. Cool. Awesome. And okay, you get to see some of my Metropolis modules in here too. And let me see. Look at this. We wrapped them really well. This one is one of the very first ones I've ever done. My camera is. This is my Egyptian museum. And I'm not going to take the wrapping off of it, but you can trust me on this. Underneath here, in the galleyway, there are 2 micro mummies. Yes, Lumiere. So these are so cool. Thank you. And then, so there should be 4 modules in here because I sent them a whole city block. And one thing that is, oh, look at this. Oh my God. These are hard to find. This is where the sewer babies came from. This expansion pack for the Lego Movie 2 for Apocalypseburg. So that museum is cool. Oh, thank you. Well built. Thank you. Yes, and it was one of my first too. So, and it ships well. Candelabra, yes. Thank you. Yeah, my museum. And sewer babies. Exactly. Well, PT knows that this character here, the one with the mask, is the one I used for my super sewer baby builds. So good night, Max. Take care. Thanks for coming by. And I'll reach out to you, by the way, if you're still here, about adding you to IMDb, because you were the very first person I interviewed for the Builder Insights segment. I didn't know I was going to be calling it Builder Insights until I started interviewing some of the Lego masters, but I looked back in my history, and you're the first one that I could find. Okay, so so this one didn't ship as well, but it's pretty close. So this one has a tower that has these trans barrels with studs, and then this has kind of like a leaf top using those quarter rounds. So yeah, this one I think is the same one that didn't transport down there very well. Yeah, the museum was definitely much more sturdy. This is the one I always worry about, this next one. But apparently it got down there pretty well. Hopefully it came back pretty well. Because this one is my Toastmasters tower, because I have this Toastmasters brick from when I was running for office. And what I'm worried about this one is these but these look like they're okay. So, oops, sorry, I'm not in the camera. So these are quarter round dots that are inside a 1x2x5 trans brick. And I learned this technique from Alex Esty from Sela. And I am still amazed that that part of the build made it without a problem. Now the bottom part of the build, I'll show you, kind of janky there, but the tower is still intact. So that is amazing and awesome. And I think we have here, this should be the last build, which is what, like a beach house. Oops, sorry about that. I'm gonna get the box out of the way, but this is a beach house. And I had to redo this because it had these really terrible colors in it. It used to have red in there, and I think it was because I didn't have very many pieces at the time. But I like this lime green color scheme better. But yeah, and it was set up in the 2.0 standard, so they could be lit up as well. And now that we know that PT was a gaffer at one point, that makes sense. Now I know why you're so into wiring, because when you and Zonker were talking about all the wiring, you guys were like going deep into that. Let's see, I just want to make sure there's nothing else in the box. Nope, that was it. So thank you so much for taking good care of my mucks. That was great, and I really appreciate collaborating with you, and you're an awesome friend. Thank you again for that. Yeah, that one is not bad. Some loose pieces. Yeah, that one falls apart, all those rounds. Yeah, I know. I gotta figure out a way to transport things that are fragile like that. I think that might be a good seminar, that somebody should do a seminar on how do you pack your mucks for travel? You know, what are some tips for that? But thank you. Yeah, one of those popped off, but all in really good shape. So thank you again. That was great. And thank you too for the little goodies too. These candelabras are going to be awesome. And those 1x1 by, oops, they're here. Where did they go? And of course, the sewer babies. The sewer babies. I have, I was sorting through some of my my different minifigs the other day, and I was noticing I have so many Emmets. I think Chris Pratt is represented more in Lego than any other actor. Okay. Yeah, some great parts for sure. Yeah, that's for participating. Oh, as far as, oh, were you giving that to everybody who participated, those little candelabras and the different kinds of parts? That's really cool. And thank you. Thank you again for thinking about me and for taking good care of my mucks. That's really great. And if you start fading, don't worry. I'm probably about halfway through right now. And yeah, I think we can probably end by the top of the hour, is my guess. Lots of Emmets too. Yeah, exactly. And actually, before you go, let me see if the IMDb database has updated. Let's take a look real quick. Let's see. Let's go back to P.T. McEwen and let's do a refresh and see if the mock improv has made it yet. There it is. You're in. Woo! So you are now up to date in case anybody wants to add you and they won't get that error message. But you're now got a credit for being yourself in the mock arena. So there you go. I know, isn't that cool? I'm really glad that you told me that you're in the database. Oh, the parts are just for me. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. That's really sweet. Okay, so we are back to this, and we just finished putting the stickers on. And then we ran to the car to get those parts. Oh, I tell you, as Vicarious Brickstress has noticed, I'm just today, it's like when you have a really good day, you just have to celebrate it, you know, because there's going to be days when you're not going to have as fun of a day. And so when you do have a good day, it's just like one of those things you just have to say, this is awesome. I am so stoked. So, yeah. And thank you, everybody, too. And yeah, Vicarious Brickstress, you get to have a credit, too, on IMDb as well. It's an honor to just nominate. Well, you know, it would be funny. And maybe I'll put it out there and maybe it'll happen. Is if somebody nominates Mock Improv in the Mock Arena for some sort of online award, right? From IMDb, like Best Podcast or something like that. Wouldn't that be just freaking amazing if something like that happened? Like I said, I'm gonna put that intention out in the universe and see if anything comes of that. But yeah, well, you missed this earlier, PT, but some of the dog owners from the last episode of Lego Masters Season 3, Episode 5, that I have communicated with them through Instagram, and some of them said that, yes, they would be willing to come on the show. They were very excited about it, that we were interested in learning about it. Okay, so look at that. There's that little flame. The flame of the unknown soldier, I believe. What's the IMDb search team or term for your podcast, dear? Oh, just do hashtag mock improv. So just do that. And the full name is Mock Improv in the Mock Arena. Now, I didn't start using Mock Arena until, I want to say 3 months ago, but just like with any other series, sometimes they do renaming, and since I haven't put it in the database yet, I said, you know what, I'm going to just say it's Mock Improv in the Mock Arena as the show, and then all the episodes will fall under that particular category. So, yeah. Oh, dear. You know what I did? All right, so remember those stickers? One of them is supposed to be on this side over here. So it's a good thing we know how to remove stickers. I thought it went all the way around this one, but no, it doesn't. Well, I guess that's okay, because like I said, we know how to remove stickers without a problem. So I just think that's hilarious. So I was looking at the instructions going, how come there's no sticker on that side? Now I know. So now we have to use the sticker sheet method to get rid of the sticker. Hopefully I can get it underneath one of these corners. Yeah, or I can do it off stream. In fact, why don't I do this later? See how much time we have. Yeah, we'll do that in a little bit. But I'm not worried. I'm in too good of a mood anyway. Kind of like what Vicarious Brickstress was saying. It's like, oh my gosh, it's so great to see you in such a good mood. Which I'm going to take as a compliment. I think I'm in usually a pretty good mood in general. But you're right. I've had some things happen in my personal life. Mostly work related. But there's some things you just can't do anything about. So just let it go. Let it go and just see what is going to happen later. So you can see, so that's the flame that's in between the two arches, and I happen to put the I put the sticker on just one. It should have been on both. We'll come back to that. We'll come back, or I'll do it off stream. I'm not too worried. Like I said, it's I'm too excited about the whole IMDb thing, and then finding out that PT already has an IMDb entry, and I found out Deneen McDermott also has her own IMDb entry, and I was able to help her out because she had her name misspelled, and so I had to put that in with the spelling correction too, and they fixed it. So I sent her a text and said, "You're official now." Let it go like the Astro haters. Well, I don't know how you feel. You must be conflicted because you have Lego Masters being preempted by the baseball game, but it's the Astros who are playing, right? So I would imagine you're probably conflicted about it. Okay, I am looking for, I think it's orange. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's supposed to be, they're telling me, it's red. Okay. I was wondering what color this was. It's actually red. So this is like a micro car, just like they would do in Micropolis, where they have that. So this is in front of the Arc de Triomphe. And for those of you who've never been to Paris, there is like a circular motorway that goes around that monument. And I have taken the stairs up to the Arc de Triomphe. It's, I believe, 500 some odd steps. It does take a while, but it is a pretty cool view from the top. And it is something that in your lifetime, it's good to say that you've done something like that. Especially now that I'm getting older, I know that, and also with this pandemic, there's some things that you may not have access to. So I count my blessings. I figure that, first world problems, right? So this is another element that we're putting together. I do love this next piece. This is a 1x2 with a rail here. So we want this. And I'm wondering what we're building. It's like, I think it might be the Louvre, maybe? It might be the Louvre. We'll see. We'll find out soon enough. Like I said, we don't have a whole lot of pieces, so we're actually in pretty good shape. And like I said, I moved things around. Aha! It was hiding underneath the sticker sheet. Yeah, when we were doing mock improv, we were talking about how talking live while building a set is a lot easier than doing a mock, because during mock improv, there was a lot of silence because people are concentrating and they really want to put together something nice. And I really enjoyed that last one where we had to do Indiana Jones run in Egypt. Oh, thank you, Vicarious Bricksters. You're always a pleasure. Today's even more pleasurable spelling. I don't care about the Stros. I'd rather see Lego Masters. I think all of us Lego fans would rather do that too. And then the top of the Arc de Triomphe can be accessed by foot by a staircase of 284 steps, or by a lift, which allows access to the attic room. From this level, you climb 46 more steps to reach the terrace. Yeah, so I said 500 steps, so it's more like 300, or almost, right? 300 and what, 330 steps, looks like, based on that. Is there fencing around the terrace, like at the top of the Empire State Building, to contain the folks? Yes, I believe it's like a little short wall that you can look over. Okay, so let's see. One thing I will say that the architecture sets have that this does not is they have beautiful books that are history books of some of the buildings that you're putting together. So that's one thing, but this is a $14.99 set, so you can't really expect the same level of quality for that. But I think though, as far as the build itself, it's a fun build to do. I'm enjoying it. And it's one of those things that if you've been to Paris and this is supposed to be a postcard, then, it's just a little reference to some of the icons that are in that city. And this, trying to think which building this is. Now, here's another thing. I didn't read the entire instructions here. Let's take a look. because sometimes they will tell you at the beginning what you're building. This one doesn't. Okay, so I see. We're adding on top of the Arc de Triomphe. That's what this is. That's cool. So that's what this is all about. Look at that. That is cool. Now, if somebody would have put the stickers on right, like I said, I'll work on that later. The lift only bypasses all but 46 of the 284 stairs. Oh, I see. It's not an additional 46. I see. Okay. Well, I have done that. So I can say in my lifetime, I have gone up to the top of the Arc de Triomphe. And I would highly recommend it if you have not done it. Something to think about. If you have something called a bucket list, which I refuse to use that term. I don't like to think of myself, kicking a bucket per se. I would rather think of it as, something that I want to enjoy, or like a dream destination would be the term I would use. Okay, why am I not finding this? Oh, I see. I think they're trans. It's a trans one. Okay, because it's water. Okay, thank you. And I just realized I think this is not green. I think it's supposed to be blue. So I may need to replace that. So we do have some trans 1x2s, which you also see in the Skyline sets too. Good night, PT. Maybe to see you at Sort Lug tomorrow. Yeah. Well, tomorrow, Remy and I are going to be interviewing the Pappies, the Grandpappies. So we're going to do our show like we normally do at 6 o'clock, and it's going to be a builder insight show where we're going to find out more from Carrie and Patrick. So yeah, your bucket list is one long item, Billin. One item long, Billin. So good night, PT. Have a good evening. And thank you again. Thank you again for the awesome gift. Appreciate that. That is very cool. Okay, yeah, these are blue. And I believe this one is blue as well. So I'm going to get that out of there. And replace it with some blue ones. Do that gently because we got this micro build here. Pleasant dreams, PT. Yeah, no, this has been this has been a good stream, and like I said, it's just great to have regulars too who come on and enjoy the stream. And I think that some of you who know, when I'm on Twitch, I'm not as comfortable on Twitch. I know it's more popular with some people, but another reason why YouTube to me is a better platform is these archives, because that's also another reason why I think this stream was approved, because I have an archive of all of these different shows that we've done, and that's something that they like to see. Is they want to know where do people find your work, and how can they continue to watch some of the things that you do. So yeah, like I said, we're in IMDb. Woo! And we just added PT. Okay, I am missing. There it is. I'm looking for this last trans 1x2. So you can see the water. So that is the Seine River. And these are going to be used for a bridge that we're going to be doing next, I believe. I think we're doing that next. Unless we're doing the tower and then putting that in afterwards. Nope. Looks like the bridge is coming next. And this is something when I was knolling, this is an interesting piece here. It's similar to that piece they use for a bust. Here's a piece they often use for a bust. What they'll do is like a stone bust. They'll put this and then they put the same color of a minifigure head. And they did that with the haunted house, where they had the dark bluish gray, and they did it with that. But this piece, this corner piece, here, we'll look at top view there. You can see that's a corner piece, and then this one is a straight on piece. So this piece is something I've never seen before. And that looks like the piece that we're going to be using next. If I can find the 1x2s. I'm looking for a 1x2 in dark bluish gray. I see one of these. Maybe this is the color. This is where the colors, here I'll show you. It looks dark bluish gray to me. But maybe this is what they're thinking about, because I have two of these. All right, we're going to go with this. Just because I think this is what they're asking for. Yeah. Okay. I put this in the right orientation. Okay. So you can see that we put this like that. Okay. And they want the trans. Interesting. Trans ones on the trans. Okay. What's next? All right. Now we put those pillar pieces, the ones that I said they're used for the bust. Yeah. So those will go onto one of these. And I want it put on like this. Okay. So I do like doing sets just to learn new build techniques. And sometimes I'll look at something, and once I fix the stickers on this, this could be like a little building I might save for maybe another mock in the future. If you looked at my habitats that I did for Halloween, I used some of the structures that were inside the haunted house, like the Egyptian ones, because I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed using those pieces, and I'd like to see them again. So putting them in a habitat made a lot of sense. And it seemed like Jen, the coordinator, appreciated seeing those little Easter eggs again. But my favorite of the bunch, quite honestly, was the minions. When I put the minions in there, I just had too much fun with that. With the banana and Banana Man. It was like, yep, I had to do that. Okay, this is where I'm going to have to put it onto the table and adjust this to straighten it out. Because it is all cattywampus. I think that's better. Ah! No! That's not what I want. Yeah. So the other reason somebody had asked me, it was I was interviewed by More and More on his show, Crossing the Streams. And he was asking me, why do I bring guests on my show? And I said, well, a lot of people don't want to think about streaming because, you have to think about the audience as far as the chat. You have, a lot of things to consider putting the show together, and they would just want to build. But they do have some interesting stories, which is why I like to bring them on and have them share their stories. Okay, so we're going to do this again. This time I'm going to read the instructions carefully. All right, this is another trick I learned from Glenn. Like I said, you put the small tile on a bigger plate. And then this is number 6. Okay, so number 6, this is supposed to be, I think, a fairy. And like I said, I like using an axle because I can just roll it up like that. And like I said, I'm not going to worry too much about the placement because I can fix things later off stream. I'm in too good of a mood. Like Vicarious Pictures said, I think the IMDb news was just something that I think part of it is that it kind of makes you legit, right? because when you tell people, yeah, I stream, but when you tell them, yeah, my show is on IMDb, then all of a sudden it's like, oh, really? I get an IMDb credit for being on your show? It's like, yes, you do. And you just have to tell me how you want to be addressed. How do you want to be known on IMDb if you don't have an entry already? PT already had an entry, so that was easy. So did Deneen. So they're already on IMDb. And I was really glad to be able to help Deneen to fix her name, because her name has been misspelled for the last 2 years. So got that fixed. And then I added her to, I think, one of the mock improv shows. I think she's been on 2. So I need to add her to both. Okay, so you can see this bridge kind of coming together. Okay, this next part is very cool. They use these downward bracket teeth. So you can see that is like a little downward bracket. So that's going to give it some little detail. That's super, super nice. I like when they take the time to do some of that. So you can see, look at that there. /me is self. Okay. All right. So, and if you have a headshot you want me to include too, let me know. That's optional on IMDb, but some people may want a headshot. And if you haven't put one in, then, you know, I can certainly do that. Something I'm still working through too. I'm trying to figure out what's the best headshot for me as Brickanista, and trying to figure that out. Okay, this next part is interesting. They're using a 1x2 curved plate, and they're adding a 1x2 just standard. Oh, I see. I think they want this right here. And then this is what's going to attach here for the motorway, I think, or the edge of the bridge. Okay, that doesn't look right. I think it needs to be more center. Like I said, when you look at the instructions, it looks like it's off, but let's try that. Yeah, there we go. That's what we want. Here, I'll show you the instructions. That does not look like it's centered to me. That looks like it's on the end. So, lesson learned. You can't always trust the instructions to be accurate. Because don't forget, the instructions are done by another person, whereas, you know, the builder is sending those instructions usually through a digital file. And then the instructions are finalized by another team. There we go. So you can see that bridge forming. I just love these hanging brackets, those one by one down hanging. I call them teeth. I don't know if that's the technical term. That bridge part was a little funky. Yeah, exactly. I agree. Okay, so now we have another sticker. Oh, I see. It's a roadway sticker. Okay. All right, so they want a roadway sticker on one of these, and they want number 5. So it must be, see how we have several different lengths here? So number 5 is on a 1x3. And that one's pretty, yeah, that's pretty close. So once again, like I said, I am not going to stress too much because we're live, but I can always adjust the stickers using that sticker sheet method I showed you earlier. But I'm going to try my best, just because I do have I don't really have OCD, but I do like things to look nice. You know, I can live with something if it's off a little bit and, you know, I won't lose sleep over it. I know some people who will, so I'm not like that, but I do like things to be nice. All right, so this is supposed to go here. Look at that. That looks nice. And then they want the 1x4 on the 1x4. Imagine that. Yes, imagine that. Okay, now I gotta be careful because they have a crosswalk here. So the crosswalk is on the right. This crosswalk. And like I said, I've just started using axles because first of all, they're longer. And to me, just that rotation is something I prefer rather than using a straight knife edge or a edge of a clicky. Okay, now this is going to be interesting. You know what I should do? Look at this. This is going to be, here's another tip, and I have Glenn to thank for that. These are going to be lined up, right? So you might as well put it onto a plate and then line it up so then they look like they are contiguous, right? Yeah. This is one problem I have with stickers on cars because they tell you that you want to put the stickers on after, right? Or before and then afterwards. Okay. Actually, that looks really good. So we're going to put these back on. And that looks pretty good, if you ask me. Bring out the 32L XL. Plate modified 1x1 with tooth vertical. Oh, it is a tooth. Okay. So I've been calling them teeth. I know what I'm talking about. At least sometimes I do. Yeah. Okay. Now this is nice. Now they have these little gray tombstone pieces just kind of like as an accent. So, yeah. I mean, like I said, I think dots have really changed styling for a lot of things. I mean, they really add nice detail to a model. So, if you haven't been doing micro builds, this would be a good start. And for $14.99, $15. I mean, with food prices now, that's like the cost of a sandwich in some cities, especially here in Seattle. Seattle is expensive, as I have come to know. But not quite as expensive as San Francisco and parts of LA. So, but it's still pretty expensive to live here. But as you can see, we're just adding the base. This is going to be the Eiffel Tower portion. But you can see I don't have a whole lot of pieces left. Here's the whole pile. So it's going to be a small Eiffel Tower. And that's why if you like more detail, then get the Skyline series. I have the Skyline series. It's in storage right now. But I really loved that. And if you heard me on the Tricky Brick show way back when, they interviewed me a long time ago. And I talked about, they asked, what's my favorite theme? And the Skyline series was one of them. It still is one of my favorites. I just... I guess I just have to think about it. To me, it's a display piece, and I just really don't have a place to display them, which is unfortunate. That would be nice. Yeah, I was thinking the other day, you may remember I interviewed with Brick Literacy Michelle from Lego Masters. And she is going to be at the Charlotte, or maybe it's this weekend, or maybe it was last weekend, the Charlotte Lego store. And that was the store that I used to shop at when I lived there. And I said, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm not going to be there, because that would be great. Sandwich. Now I need to go to Thundercloud. Is Thundercloud, I'm assuming, a sandwich shop near you? I'm assuming that is the case. Okay, so these are nice, these 1x2 bricks that have the ridges going vertically and horizontally. So we have that. And Okay, what am I missing? A 1x2, there it is. Yeah, I mean, food prices are expensive now. Every time I go grocery shopping or go to get gas, I feel like a pit in my stomach because last year it wasn't that expensive. I mean, this is just inflation really hitting everybody's pocketbook. I mean, if you have a lot of disposable income, then it's not a big deal. But if you're just kind of getting by, then yeah, that can be hard. So I'm just grateful that and there was this photo. I need to post it onto Instagram. But I went to this restaurant that I don't get to very often. And, in the restroom, they had this sign that talked about just counting your blessings. And one of them that really stuck with me was count your blessings for having a home, no matter how humble it is. So in other words, you don't have to live in a fancy place. Just the fact you have a place to live in is something you should be grateful for. And that really stuck with me. And it was like, that's a nice thought. Just concentrate on that you have a nice home, because some people don't. And I think that's why, when you see some content creators where they're posting about all their hauls and, all the things that they bought, and it's kind of like, is that really that important? I mean, that's part of the reason why I do Thrifty Thursday, because I know when I was young, I couldn't afford a lot. Here we go. Look at that. This is what they're using. They're using this wheel well for a portion of the Eiffel Tower. That is brilliant. That's a brilliant idea. Thundercloud does subs. Okay. Are they open this late? Isn't it like 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the morning for you? Yep. Be it ever so humble, there's no place like home. Yeah. Well, for most people. There are some people who are scared to go home. So that's why another reason why I was thankful is just that, I live in a safe neighborhood. I have, good friends. I feel that my life is, some of the work that I'm doing is bringing value to people. And I think that's something that, they always talk about. People want to know the meaning of life or what their purpose is. And, you think about how fragile life is, that, it's nice that we can, be doing the work that we're doing. Just, I got excited because I'm on IMDb again. I mean, I've already been on IMDb, so in a way for me, it's kind of like, yeah, I got on IMDb again. Okay, so I wanted to point this out. We have the top clip. This is the piece that when I was talking to Debo, or Debo mentioned it on the stream, that's his favorite piece because it's so versatile. So they're using this top clip piece to secure that 1x1 rounded plate with the bar, and then attaching a grill to it. So that's kind of giving it the angle there. Yeah, so that's why when I have a good day like today, when I get to hang out with people who are like-minded, positive people who can appreciate, just the art of Lego. I think the stigma is now gone. I think that's one thing that's really great about the pandemic, is that more people discovered Lego during this time. It was kind of a Lego renaissance in a way, that people who probably appreciated Lego but didn't want to tell other people because of the stigma behind it, that now it's like, there's some people who are like me. They're on a TV show and they get to go build stuff like I like to build stuff. Yeah. Okay, so now that plate that I was using for all the stickers is that we're going to build another level using those same top clips and that same method. So that same method, you put the top clips down on the corners. Yeah, that's why I'm really looking forward to conventions. When I had to go to Arizona for my family, I'm really glad my dad's okay. But I was so bummed that I couldn't go to the convention. I was like, but I was supposed to be at BrickCon. I'm not at BrickCon. Oops. There we go. So you can see that angle, all from that top clip, and one by one rounded with bar, and we have the same thing over here with the grill. Yeah, this is brilliant, just being able to do it this way. Very simple, but definitely gets to the point. Okay, so now we get to put this here. We can adjust that. So we can, that top clip is so versatile because you can angle it, the way you want. Look at that. That is dope, yo. Good morning, Hooded One. How's it going? We're officially in IMDb. We're celebrating. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Good morning to you. Hope you're enjoying your breakfast. Yeah, we were just talking about how, things have the renaissance of Lego because of Lego Masters, being on the air, people being stuck at home looking for things to do, and being a part of this whole community. It's just, it's been a blessing. It's been something that I think many of us, and I think it goes back to some people were kind of in the closet, right? Because they were hobbyists, but they didn't realize there was a whole community out there. There we go. Look at that. Oh, that is so cool. See how it's coming together? I do have to fix that. Don't worry. I'll fix that maybe later. Eek, a hoodie. Yeah, so Vicarious Bricks was just mentioning how overly positive I am today. She says I'm already a positive person, but I've just been overly positive. She really appreciates that. So this looks like it's a new technique. We're taking a headlight brick and then putting a trans clear piece underneath. Then we put a trans piece into the snot portion. Instead's not on top portion. And then we put the Travis brick, which is the 1x1 with snot all the way around. And I believe this is going to be the top of the tower. I think. I don't know. Maybe not. Because now they're asking me to put something orange. Why am I putting orange here? I don't understand. Okay, so we have an orange. And then they want a yellow. And then they want another Travis brick on top. Okay, what is this for? Okay. Oh, I think, is there a flag in this too? Maybe? I don't know. I'm confused because... All right, we have this 1x3 in orange. And then we have the 1x2 curve with the 1x1. Must be Dutch. Yeah, I don't know. I'm confused. I'm not sure what this is. What are we building here? What are we building? And you can also tell, the newer instructions tell you how far along you are in the process, so you can see you're almost done. And I said roughly the top of the hour is when we would be done. So we're getting close, my estimate. And I can't remember if I said that before I went to the car to get the box from PT or not. But that was cool finding out about PT as well. That, so the news you missed, Hooded One, is that PT was a gaffer back in the day. In other words, he was an electrician doing movies. So that was interesting to hear because that was way back. Yeah. So he's already in the IMDb database, and I just added how he was a guest on the mock improv show. So yeah, so mock improv is official now. It's official in the IMDb database, as well as some of the other shows that I'm doing. I'm worried about having to put Thrifty Thursday in there because I've done 58 episodes already. And this, I believe, is this is the 58th episode based on my count. So yeah, it's this is the balloon we're doing. Okay. Yeah, this is the hot air balloon. Okay, now it's making sense. I was like going, what is orange and yellow? What are we making? Okay, this is the hot air balloon. Oh, very cool. All right, so I think we have to add one more thing here, or is that, I guess, I'm just double checking. No, so this is what connects to this one stud here. Oh, very cute. So you can have the balloon straight on, or if it's a windy day, you can have it, going like that. Going, the wind. Orange must be Dutch. Balloon is in your favorite color. Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, and then already in the IMDb You're talking about PT? Already in the IMDb DB. That's funny. That is funny. Okay, so we did so the last part is the top of the Eiffel Tower. Okay, see, I was getting confused because I was going, that does not look like the top of the Eiffel Tower. Okay, so here's another piece, which is very cool. This 1 by 1 by 1 2/3 snot brick. And we're going to put grills on that. And another grill on this. And, okay. It looks like we're doing 2 more of these. So, yeah, the laugh out loud balloon blowing in the wind. Yeah, I have a quirky sense of humor. I will say that, yeah. I have a different perspective on life, I think. Okay, so we have this little tower piece that we've built, and then we have a sticker because we are going to be putting a flag sticker on this. So it looks like this will be attached to here, and we don't have handy, but we have that little piece of it to hang on to. All right, where's that sticker sheet? And my axle. And this is where we have to be careful about the direction, because the French flag has blue on the left. And the only way I remember that is B is before R. So blue on the left, red on the right. Put this flag sticker on. Do the French proud by putting this sticker on straight. Okay, I think that'll work. Okay, that'll work. And this attaches to the top of this tower. And this will go there. Our little Eiffel Tower, which kind of protrudes a lot more than I had expected from this postcard. But that is so cute. Okay, we have one last step, which I believe is putting this tile, which is the new 2x6, putting a sticker on the tile and then putting that in front. Yep. And then we're done. So I said we would be done at the top of the hour. I was correct, because technically we are done with the build. Well, I take that back. I still have to fix the sticker, but I will do that off screen. But yeah, let's make sure this. There's a lot of this static here. making the sticker try to attach. It's like, okay, I think we're close. Oops. Holding your breath while you put the sticker on. And is that going to be the right distance from the edge, or is it going to be too close? No, it's the right distance. Okay. I do want to just adjust it just a hair. Like I said, this method of just using the sticker sheet to align it. Okay, I think that works. And there we go. Paris. And it goes here. There you go. One sticker malfunction, but I'll fix that. Close enough for government work. Oh my goodness. Wasn't that balloon blue? You're talking about the Joseph Michel and Jacques Etienne Montgolfier. I probably butchered that, but we can always change the colors, but they may not have made it blue because they have the blue background. They probably wanted the contrast, so they probably took artistic license. But that is a cute little build. And like I said, I did the faux pas. Look at that. I used French. I made the faux pas of putting the stickers all around this one, but I will move those off stream. But there you go. We did it. We did it. So anyway, thanks again, everybody. This was a lot of fun. Here are the extra pieces. I just like to go through them just to make sure I don't have any doubles or something protruding out that is really out of whack. But nope, these look like extras of some of the individual dots and other small pieces. So I think we're good. I think we're good there. You saw the sticker sheet method, so being able to take this and put it underneath your sticker to pull it up and adjust it. Very nice. Yes, I know. And these are so adorable at $14.99. It's such a great deal. So I think I'm going to make all of them as part of a Thrifty Thursday stream. I think the last one I did, the New York one, was about a month ago. And if I can get the London one in January, we'll plan on that. So I'll see if I can get Beijing for December. So we can have like once per month. This was lovely. Thank you. Happy Hawaiian hugs. All congrats on IMDb. Yabba dabba doo. Yes. A lot of stickers for a small set. Well, that's true. But considering it's only $14.99, this is a great deal. And you get to learn some really interesting techniques. And one of my favorite pieces is the 1x2x2 in black. Because as you know, they come with the brick heads all the time in that light bluish gray, but to get them in black in a set is awesome. I did like this balloon. And as I mentioned, if you want to say that the balloon is, you know, being blown by the wind, you can turn it in different directions. I don't know, a little bit of a play feature. I guess if you're going to do it, we should have it going this way since the flag is going that way. Because if we turned it this way, then we'd have to move the flag the other way, and then you wouldn't have the same. So yeah, so if you are going to do the wind, to be consistent, you should have the balloon going this way. Okay, I'm just being silly now. But thanks again, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that. It was a really lot of fun, and we got to put P.T. McEwen on for mock improv for the at least one episode. I know he's been on, I think, 2. So I will go through and make sure that we get him on there. But thanks again. It's been great hanging out with you all. Thank you, Vicarious Brickstress, Hooded One, P.T. McEwen, Glenn Copeland, Brick Jedi. Anybody else who might be listening to this afterwards as a video on demand. Really appreciate you all hanging out with us. And don't forget that you're listening to the Brickanista Broadcast Network. And please like and subscribe. And throw in a comment if you like. It all helps. And if you want to, like PT did, if you want to send me some fan mail, you can send it to the Brick Needs the Broadcast Network, P.O. Box 31956, Seattle, Washington 98103. So thanks again, everybody. It's been great hanging out with you. And as they say on the Brick Needs the Broadcast Network, may the clutch be with you. Take care. Bye.